All right, as always, here's the risk disclosure. Trading futures is risky. Know what you're doing before you do it, and you can lose all your money. Also, this live stream is not financial advice. It is for educational purposes only, and the live stream is not intended to copy my trades. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing? Apologize this morning. Still, my simplicity chart is actually still calculating right now. Had some computer problems. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, Kinetic actually, I think Kinetic is having a widespread issue right now, or this morning, so I had to log in through IQ feed using my Kinetic credentials. But my simplicity chart is still calculating at the moment. There it goes. Let's see. See if it's right. Yeah, it looks good. All right. Way to start off Monday. Yeah, Kinetic was doing that. It was doing that to me on Saturday, and I just thought it was because the market was closed. Maybe, something, maybe that's why. And then it was doing the same thing this morning. Last time that happened, they told me to use the IQ feed program. I forget what it's called. Let me see. IQ feed applications. I don't know if you can see it there. Use that and log in with your Kinetic credentials, and then connect like you're connecting to IQ feed. All right, I should be all set. My computer, for some reason, was acting like it was just being overworked. And fans just running on high speed. It just, I don't know. I don't know what was going on. I had to shut everything down. I was afraid of it. I mean, all the fans were working. The liquid cooler was working. Everything's working, so I don't know. But yeah, here we are. Ready to go. Looks like we have a simplicity short setting up. Let me just make sure my dynamic magnets and flux levels are good. All right. Now on the 30 tick, we just had a down closing bar with a mini magnet on it with ODD. So let's see where it wants to go from here. See if we can get a push down. I'd expect it to go down at least to the ice level, or the ZOI at 755, which is nice ways away. So I will take an LRE down. Let's see if we get one off the deviation here. Yeah, Chris, DRD on that also. I love it. Definitely looks like a nice push down. So I will be looking for an LRE to go short. Preferably before that ice level. And I will try to trail it down to the ice if I get one. Right now. And I like if this LRE happens where it's positioned to be right now, because there's double clusters right at on the 30 tick of that deviation level. It may go up and test those to the left. Need it to come up to the dev level here. If we can get some HD or something on the 10 tick, that would be nice too. Come on, pull up a little more for me. Now, where we're hesitating right now, there was a ZOI to the left on the 30 tick. But I would like this to pull up and give me an LRE still. Not really, Mark, because typically NQ leads YM and ES. So if I'm trading YM, I will look at NQ to make sure it's not hitting up against any walls or anything like that that could stop the market. Waiting for this potential LRE. Kind of getting a little hung up here. Would be around 788.50 for an LRE. But that's not much of a pullback on the 10 tick. So let's see what happens. That wouldn't really be a reversal bar. But I may take it. It's consolidating a bit here on the simplicity. But I still like it to go short. It's going to run without me. That got pretty close. I could have hopped in there, but on the 10 tick, all it did was just give me a wick pullback. I typically like for a bar to reverse, but yeah, it's probably going to run down to ice now. I have the double clusters there. Yep. I wanted that. I really like whenever I get a reversal bar, though. But simplicity is kind of consolidating here and getting sideways. I think it's going to still run down to ice. That'd be my first target for sure. Is at the ice. I tighten up here. If I get into an LRE to go short. I wouldn't be surprised if a cluster popped up on the 30. really struggling here. There's a cluster on the 30 tick way to the left around this area. That was quite some time ago. All right. Oh, this thing might run up now. I'm in the short here. I like it to test this area where these double clusters are, but if it breaks this dev, then I want out. But I still think this thing, well, a cluster popped up on the 30 tick now. But I still, if we can make it back below that cluster area, still think we'll make an ice run. But if it goes above this deviation, then I want out. If it leaves this mini magnet on the 30 tick right here, that'd be nice if it closes down. Although that cluster on the 30 tick I don't like anymore. Yep, knocked me out. So we have an early entry long here on simplicity. Now we have HD on the 10 tick, but I don't like this long either. I just think it's trying to test these clusters on the 30 tick. Right here. Here's the clusters on the 30 tick. Then there's one up here too. So let's see where it goes. Do have a simplicity long. That mini magnet with the ODD and the DR divergence on the bottom is what made me believe it's going to run to the ice level. But that cluster, the double clusters, as soon as I got in, I noticed that it did pop up a cluster on the 30 tick, so that kind of messed things up for me. But it is running up. Let's see if it wants to go up and test that mini magnet, or if it just wants to test that cluster and then stop there. Right here where this cluster is. It's made it right to it. Now let's see if it wants to continue and test this mini magnet in ZOI, or if it wants to go down now. We are at 826. Okay. So we have been kind of going sideways this morning. Our low of the day is 745.75, which is right back here. And our high of the day is 826.50. Morning. Yeah, I did some reviewing over the weekend. There's actually a video in Thrive that Daryl does called going for bigger targets, basically showing you how to go for bigger targets with sniper, LREs, simplicity. Definitely, if you have Thrive, I'd recommend going back and watching that video. It's good. Might be setting up a 50 tick chop box here. If we close this bar up at 802, that'd be the third bar of chop. It chopped before at this area, so still looking to me like we're gonna go short. Good. I'm glad it helps, Richard. Yeah, some HD for sure on the 10 tick. Still think it's going to go down from what I'm reading, but looked like it wanted to pull back just, more than the LRE allowed, basically. Or it could chop here. Let's just see. See, that cluster on the 30 tick really messed things up. If that had popped up before, I think it popped up. I'm going to have to look at the video, but I think it popped up right around the time I got in the trade. Because I did say right before that I wouldn't be surprised if a 30 tick cluster popped up. Sure enough. Morning. Yeah, that's just they're speaking. So I shouldn't really affect the market much, if at all. Someone speaking. All right. Market's pretty much crawling right now. Might be getting a simplicity short here. We have a setup bar, both lines angled down. See if we get a break of this bar to give an entry. Yeah, but I guess it did break that one. I didn't like it right there going into that mini magnet though. I don't like it whenever you get an entry, a setup bar and an entry, but it's not the lowest or the highest of the area. I don't like that. I wait until it's like right now lower at its lowest point out of all the bars on the simplicity. Because if you get in there, then it's still kind of chopping. Like right now, we're getting another bar angle down. And if an entry bar comes, it'd be the lowest point if it gets below here. I just don't like to take it when it's choppy. Of course, I'm not taking simplicity right now. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. It's pretty much been in this tight sideways range all overnight. Chris, you're still in a long? I just realized you said that. All right, there we go. Now it's going down to the ice like I thought. Possibly, if it can break this bottom here that it just created. You have a red flux. Let me see. I just refreshed my flux levels, but let me do it again just in case. I just refreshed everything. Let's see. 11, 10. I don't have any flux levels except for 876.25. There's a 240 flux. Pretty much both 60 and 240. $777.75. Y'all have a flux there? I mean, I have my ice level there. That's weird. They are not pulling up for me. So here's my flux levels. Getting no flux. Refresh. That's really weird. I'll do that later. Yeah, I have the ice. But oh well. All right, Chris, thanks. All right, here we go. Hitting that ice and I guess flux level. See, and I had my bias. I was reading that it's going to come down to the flux, but that LRE I took, it just wasn't quite ready to make it down there yet. So, it is what it is. Let's see here. Thanks, Jeff, for the screenshot. Yeah, I don't know. That's really weird. Morning. All right, now let's see if we break this area. Otherwise, I'm not going to take an LRE to come back through. So I want to make sure it breaks this first. And we're getting a potential Lorex long here. So if we get this long, I actually would like this Lorex if I took Lorex trades. But then again, it's going right into these double clusters. So if this does close long here, this bar, an LRE would be at about right where these double clusters are. It might come up and test these and then head down, but I'd rather it head down first and then come back up and test this level and take a short from there. All right, now we're trying to break it. Yep. Love those lazy Z's. This can run down a little more. See if there's anything else. Yeah, see, here's that ZOI I was talking about earlier. That first target would be the ice. Second target, I'd have this ZOI down here. Although when you look at the 30 tick in between those areas, there was some chop. So gotta expect some hesitation. Right there in that area. All right, here we go. Come on down. Don't forget, there may be some hesitation between here and that ZOI if it continues short. I would like... There we go. I don't like a potential Lorex long here, though. But I would like a short LRE. Well, it just popped up and tested that area. Didn't quite pull back. I would actually like this 10 tick bar to close down first because I don't like that potential Lorex, which is maybe trying to form. Although we do have a nice little downtrend. See, now an LRE pulled way back up above the ice level again. So let's see. We have a little potential exhaustion box on the 30 tick also. Don't really love that. Yeah, but the solid line pulled way back behind the ice level, so I'm kind of waiting to see if it hesitates around here and kind of comes back up to this ice level and gives something that looks like it might come back down, which the 30 tick might be leaving a paw there too. So just not quite ready to jump in yet, in case this gives like a little spike up before it goes down. Which I think may happen. Especially we have a Lorex long going on right here. Okay, there's a little spike. Oh, pretty big spike actually. Testing those double clusters. All right, it looks like it shot up too far for an LRE. Almost got in, but it spiked up. That was that spike I'm talking about. It's just when it starts consolidating like this and Simplicity starts going sideways, sometimes it'll just have that spike. See, now it's coming back down. But if I would have got in where I should have, 79, yeah, I still would have been in it, but now we're getting a reset, so I'm just going to have to wait again just to make sure this thing wants to continue down. I was, like I said, expecting that hesitation below the ice, so that hesitation caused it to have a little spike up. Now the Simplicity lines are getting a little wacky, means the IV is kind of changing up on us. See, it would have been fine if I would have got in, but that spike could have done me like it did earlier and spiked up hard enough to knock me out of the trade. So I was hoping if this line on Simplicity would not have changed to green, then I would have got in when it stopped and started heading back down. Then I would have got in anyways. But it didn't. It turned green, so it almost gave an early entry long, so I just stayed out. Plus, we had that Lorex against us. That's possible. Because there's that gap that it didn't quite completely fill. So this is actually not bad that this is happening right now, because if we can get a short, simplicity short, that can bring us below that choppy area to the left that I showed on the 30 tick, then I can wait for a pullback LRE to go short down to this ZOI down here, where I'm expecting the market to go to. You have ODD on the 10 tick. Yeah. This very well could spell the bottom for now, because we have triple clusters here, these double ZOIs, ODD. So we'll see where it goes. Exhaustion on the 30 tick with a Paul, maybe. If this bar closes up at 781.25. Testing that ice level again. Has HD on the 10 tick now. If that bar closes down with the mini magnet in HD, see what it wants to do. It might be laying a 30 tick mini magnet on the ice level also. If that happens, then we're definitely going to push down even further. Or should. Should never say definitely. $765.75 would be the close of the 30 tick bar to leave this mini magnet on the ice level. Yeah, definitely maybe. All right. Scalp to Lorex on YM. Nice. Might be getting a Simplicity long. Yep, we got a long entry bar, setup bar, both angled up. Entry bar broke the high. So we have a long. I would expect it to run up to the close to around the deviation. Let's see where it wants to go. We have a nice little up here where that mini magnet and ZOI is on the 30 tick. It's also combined with a mini magnet on the 10 tick here at this wall. If this long breaks the deviation here and might take a long above the deviation because it may want to go test that area up there. Although the last little chop area was up here at the 80. Let's see. Yeah, that's the last high of the chop. Yeah, we're in just kind of a nasty little zone. I don't really think it's going to break out of this area until after the open, to be honest. Not seeing much indication that it wants to. All right, here's where an LRE would be, but I don't see any reason why I'm going to take it. There's the deviation right up there. We're stuck in this little zone range area. I mean, it may break up and continue up, but just not seeing a lot. I mean, we do have some HD on the 10 tick, but I'm holding out on this one. Yeah, one and done would be nice. That'd be really nice, especially since I took that little loss earlier. I'm trying to refresh my magnet or my flux levels again. Still nothing. Yeah. I don't know. Still nothing came up for me. Really not loving this market this morning. Yeah. Yeah, here too. Down in Houston area. It's chilly for us. I know y'all get colder up there. At least y'all will get the occasional snow every now and then. We never get that. Nice. Celsius? Let me see. I have to get like a little calculator. So for us, if it gets down in the 40s Fahrenheit, that's pretty cold, which would be, I guess, around 7 degrees Celsius, something like that. Yeah, I mean, if it gets lower than that, then it's really cold. Yeah, we've been pretty dry all year. For sure. I typically battle my wife for turning on the heater. It's getting there. Almost heater time. We only need the heater though for a few days out of the year. Yep, classic. Jeff, I saw you saying that's why Apex needs to have the next event in Dallas so you can get your putter. Yeah, that FTX thing is just crazy. Been reading a whole bunch of other stuff about it. It's crazy. Yeah, I enjoy the Apex meetups. Or last year's, well, I guess that was this year. The Wealth Summit, that was great meeting everybody. Mark. That's the other thing. If you ever buy crypto or anything like that, definitely don't hold it on an exchange. You know, make sure and hold it on your own crypto wallet. That way they can't take it from you or lock it up. I believe most, probably 98% of those are not good anyways. There's only a few I think that'll be around long term. Yeah, I think that guy had like, I heard he had like some he had warrants, arrest warrants for around the world. Yeah, exactly. Got to protect them. Oh, I'm sure, Richard. I actually saw somebody explaining how these people, um, basically, it's almost like washing their money, like how money launderers do. He was explaining how that in crypto they have these things called tornadoes or something, cash tornadoes. I don't know, something like that. And they go, they put one transaction in, and it goes through like thousands and like hundreds of thousands of transactions and pops them out on the other side as these like one little transactions to these unknown wallets. And it was pretty crazy. He was explaining that, and how potentially this guy could be doing that. 'All right, looks like we're not gonna have anything happen here. I don't think this is gonna go anywhere until after the Open. 'Yeah, the OP bars on NQ. I mean, there's a lot of low single digits, empty bars. Liquidity is very low right now. 100%, Ron. Which even if it starts moving around, like because we're getting close to the Open, it's starting to kind of bounce around. So that's where you can get hit with a spike somewhere. Yep, I'm going to go ahead and shut it down. Don't want to take a chance in the last few minutes for something to lose. So, one of those days where it's just pretty ugly. Didn't really move much. Didn't move much overnight. So, but I'll be back tomorrow. And as always, for those of y'all still trading, trade well. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for joining on the stream. Take care, y'all.